Hey, Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Hakodash, the ones and apostles of great millstone, and Shalom, true brothers in the house and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we're found in that number to be delivered. All right. I want to speak a little bit about the Apostle Paul, and yes, we have substantiated the writings of the Apostle Paul, and we've come to the conclusion that they are faithful and true. Okay, and the writings of Paul are essential to understanding the mysteries of some of these gospels. Okay? And I'm gonna say this, man. Matter of fact, instead of saying it, let me just pull a couple quick scriptures before I get into this lesson. All right. The Apostle Paul was a man, who gave it all for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Gave it all. Okay? And you people out here, you're quick to, root for your favorite character in a movie. You're quick to give honors or credit to men who throw a lavish party. You're quick to do all these things. But the writings of the Apostle Paul, you want to put on the back burner as if they're insignificant, right? And this is a big problem we have. All right. As Paul said, he said, these things were written for our learning. Well, why would he say something like that? Why would he give us this information or in that fashion? These things are written for our learning. All right. And then be able to use the things that he had spoken of. All right. So let me jump down to Corinthians 12, 2 Corinthians 12. And we just start at 22. It says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they the ministers of Yahweh Shai? I speak as a fool. I am more, and laborers more abundant, and stripes above measure, in prison more frequent, in depths off. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep, in journeys often, in perils in waters, in perils in robbers, in perils in my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in wilderness, in painfulness, in watching often, in hunger and in thirst, in fasting often, in cold and nakedness, besides those things that are without, which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches. All right. So how can anybody say, we don't take into account the writings of Paul after the shit he done went through, man? The Apostle Paul put his life on the line, And again, you're so quick to, give credit to niggas in the world, doing all kinds of bullshit. But now you want to just, disregard the writings of Paul after all these things this man been through. That's a damn shame, man. That's a damn shame. From there, let me go to Philippians. Philippians 1. Now jump down to verse 22, maybe. 21. It says, for to me to live is Yahweh Shai, and to die is gain. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labors. Yet what I shall choose I wot not. For I am strait between two, having the desire to depart and to be with Yahweh Shai, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. Okay? So the Apostle Paul said it would have been better to depart and to be with Yahweh Shai. It would have been far better for him. But all those things we just read, all those things he did because he understood in the spirit, in his heart, it was needful for him to go through these things so we could get this word and this message and understanding and what his purpose was. Okay? So again, yes, we have substantiated that the writings of the Apostle Paul are faithful and true. All right? Now, what was Paul's mission? What was Paul set up to do? Who was he set up to speak to? Okay? This is also becoming a very cloudy area for a lot of people, man. And understanding words is very important. So let's go to Romans 11 chapter, the 13th verse. It says, "For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office." All right? So the Apostle Paul is now letting you know from the jump that he is the apostle to the Gentiles. Okay? And you got to ask yourself, well, which Gentiles are we talking about? Who is he the apostle to? All right? Yahushua didn't make any mistakes, man. When Yahushua told his disciples in Matthew's the 10th chapter, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and enter not into the city of the Samaritans, but rather go into the lost sheep of the house of Israel." That sentiment hasn't changed. The Lord didn't change that. He gave his men specific instructions, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? And those teachings continued on even up and until the Apostle Paul got knocked off the donkey. All right? So let me continue on. Let me go to Romans, the first chapter. Right? Romans, the first chapter, verse 7. It says, "To all that be in Rome, beloved of the Most High, called to be saints." All right? "Grace to you and peace from our Father and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach." Okay? Now, called to be saints. Who are the saints? All right? Let's get it. Who are the saints? This is Psalms 50 and 5. It says, "Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." Right? Now we understand that the saints are the children of Israel. Why would the Apostle Paul, and we've made mention of this many a times, man, many a times, the Apostle Paul was set up to go to those Israelite foreigners, to those Israelites that were in other lands, doing, living after the ways of the people. All right? How do we know this? Let's go back and get Romans chapter 11 again. Okay? We're going to start at 1. Romans chapter 11. He says, "I say then, has the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." Okay? So now Paul is breaking this down to people because they were probably looking at Paul like, so what's this got to do with us? And Paul's like, listen, the Lord hasn't cast away his people. You are these people. This is why I'm here. Okay? Tells you that in Romans the 9th chapter. That's why the Apostle Paul had to give, his so-called credentials of who he was. Like, look at him. He's like, I'm living proof. I'm living proof. Okay? Verse 2. "For the Most High has now cast away his people, which he foreknew." All right? Who are those people that he foreknew? Those that had been scattered. Those that were living as Romans. Those that were living as Corinthians. Okay? "But the Most High have not cast away his people." So with that being said, Let's go. Let's go to. Let's go to Maccabees. Let's go to Maccabees. First Maccabees 14. Now I want to hit a point with this right here. I want to hit a point, and this is see Maccabees first 16, and I want to hit the point right in 16 because people fail to realize or understand. Israel been living in Rome for a very long time, years. All right, the Rome thing just didn't pop up when Yahushua came on the scene. All right. Now this is First Maccabees 14 and 16. It says, "Now when it was heard at Rome, and as far as Sparta, that Jonathan was dead, they were very sorry." Okay, who was sorry? Who was sorry? And why would they be sorry of a person named Jonathan? Because Jonathan was an Israelite. Okay, and those who dwelt at Rome during this time period heard the news and was upset about it. All right, so I pulled that just to show you it wasn't just on, Israel wasn't just on the scene when Yahushua came in Rome. Well, let me say it this way. Israel just wasn't in Rome during the time of Yahushua. Israel's been dwelling there for years, man. Okay? So understanding that the Gentiles whom the Apostle Paul was set up for, and again, it's back to the basics. We're Israelites. Crystal clear, plain and simple. It was Israel. Malachi 3 and 6. It says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." Right. Because even once again, going back to Romans 11 and 1, have the Most High cast away his people? The Lord forbid. So we're still here. Right? Even back during the time of the Roman Empire, we was over there. The Lord hasn't cast us away. He ain't looking for another group of people to bring to him. He already has his chosen people, man. And that's made clear. The Lord made it crystal clear that he had his chosen people who he had foreknown. Okay? What else? There's one more thing I was thinking of. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this one in Romans, the 9th chapter. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 27. And it says, "Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel." Now that's also interesting, because he says Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. Was not Paul crying? Right? Was not Paul crying concerning Israel? And again, we can go here. Let me scroll down. It says, Romans chapter 10, verse 1. "Brethren, my heart's desires and prayers to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved." Okay? So here a man is talking to Israelites about salvation, talking to Israelites about crying out to him. It's all about Israel. And this is what the Apostle Paul was set up to do. When you speak about the law concerning Israel, when you speak about the salvation concerning Israel, when you speak about the reconciliation, Israel. All right? But again, this was just a quick one, concerning the substantiation of the Apostle Paul's writings and what his mission was, to have the audacity to just say that, we don't look at his writings or whomever, and not, there's a lot of people out there. There was this Hamite who actually made a video He said, hey, the Apostle Paul, I can't take that guy serious. You can't take this guy serious. You know? So there's a lot of people out there who truly believe that the writings of the Apostle Paul are insignificant. Okay? And who are we, man? Who are we but mere mortal men with whose righteousness are as filthy rags, have not gone through a goddamn thing. And you read about the Apostle Paul and the things that he endured. Even so much to the fact that the scriptures speak about him having a thorn in his side. So that shit was probably killing him, man. Killing him. But he endured the pain. You see, this is what you call biting the hand that feeds you. You people are ungrateful, man. Ungrateful. But anyway, all that being said, Lord willing, I'll see y'all another one. I say shalom.